Hello, YouTube. Okay, as you see, I'm on a roll today. This is the 5th video I've recorded today. I'm on a roll. So I mentioned last week as well that I had a video that I wanted to make on something that I got from Belial, and I will be making the video now. So when I was doing my ritual with him, and I included him in the ignition of the black flame and things like that, I was focusing in on that meditation and everything else when I saw something come into my ritual space, and I was not prepared for that, and I was shocked. Now, I won't go into too much detail with this particular spirit because she is for me and everything, and bottom line is, he actually gave me a familiar without my asking him to. This is not unheard of with demons. I know that he is known for getting very good familiars, and I did a bunch of research on this, and sure enough, he gifted me one of his and gave me a familiar. Now, the only familiar I'd ever had before was my cat, and I still have my cat, so I have a live familiar in the form of an actual cat, but, or like a living cat, I should say. And familiars come in all shapes and sizes and all sorts of different forms. They can come in forms of any animals or anything. Like, you can find familiars out in the wilds like that, that hang around you. You can find them in the form of your pets. And the ways to know that they're familiars is, you know that they act differently around you and around rituals, around magic. They protect you. Like, mine is very protective of me, and he always knows when something is wrong with me or something is wrong spiritually with me. He gets very, very protective of me, and he does not let things near me. He will wrap around me or be at my feet when things are like that, or he won't let me go to sleep if he knows something's trying to get at me in my sleep. He's a very good boy. And he always knows. And I know he can see spirits pretty clearly as well. So he's also a good indicator that there is something strange here when there is. And other things. But I've never had a familiar that was a spirit, just a spirit. And now I do. And I love her very much already. I love her energy, and I'm enjoying having her here just as a guide and everything. Now, there are many different kinds of familiars. Familiars that will stick with you for your whole life. Ones that will stay for a period of time and then leave. All sorts of things. And in the topic of spirit familiars, say you're gifted a spirit, or one comes across you in out and about or whatever, you come across them, then they come home with you. One thing you need to know is you need to find a vessel for them and a place for them to inhabit, whether it be like a statue, a stuffed animal, or something for them to inhabit, so then they can, reside in that. It's not something they're bound to. It's just something like, this is yours now. You can have this. You can possess this. This is your home now. And you may come and go in it as you please, and such of that nature. This is not like binding a spirit or a demon to an object. I don't like the idea of really doing that and such things. The idea of binding spirits is, to me, I think it's kind of rude. But you'll need something of that nature, and it definitely helps with this to have a pendulum. This is my pendulum, handmade pendulum, we'll say, and you can use that to communicate and learn about your particular familiar. And figure out, does your familiar like to be summoned formally? Can your familiar be with you at all times, or with you as long as you have their vessel? Or can you just speak aloud and speak to your familiar? All sorts of things. You find out what they like as offerings. You want to work with them, a decent amount. You want to keep them happy. Just like it's like having a friend and everything. And I treat my spirits like family, excuse me, and like friends to me. I don't like to treat them as I'm trying to like force them to do something for me. It's like, are you cool with doing this? Okay, cool. What do you want in return for this? All right, awesome. We can help each other out. It's not, you will do this for me in the name of God and constraining and shit. No. I will tell you, if anyone tells you that there are stories of demons turning on their casters and turning on their magicians, they probably did something really fucking disrespectful. Like that. Don't do that. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Don't threaten demons. Don't threaten spirits. Now, when we're talking about things like this, not so much familiars, but my research on servitors and things of that nature, they can be finicky. So you may actually have to threaten that particular servitor to do your will if you're into that kind of thing. As of, I brought you into this world and I can take you out, essentially. But I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with servitor magic at this point in time. Something I've been wanting to experiment with. But research would have me bringing this to you. And let me know your thoughts on servitors and spirit binding and all the other things like that. Familiars in general. I'd like to know your thoughts, and let's get a discussion going. I really would love, almost knocked my water over. I really would love more discussion in my comment section, and just to get to know more of my subscribers and to welcome more people here. Like, I don't bite hard. I'm just kidding. But I'm really grateful to Belial for this learning experience. And I love her already. I mean, I've had her for less than a week. Well, actually, no, I've had her for less than 2 weeks now, actually. I've had her for that long, and I love her already. I love her energy, and I love that she's here. And she seems very, very competent in her abilities for all that I noticed and all that I feel. And I really like her and everything. Also, sometimes, another thing, you might have to name your familiar as well. I did. And that's cool. Some of them come with names and already have a name with them, and others no. I mean, you name servitors and other things of that nature, and egregoric spirits you raise, but things of that nature, just beware to name or give a sigil to or whatever else you like and you need to correspond to that particular spirit. How much else I should say, or I could say right now about that? I wanted to talk about that because that was an amazing thing. I've never had that happen before. And I'm just so grateful to King Belial for this. I mean, that's awesome. And that particular ritual last week that I did this, and I actually did my naming and the gifting of the vessel to my familiar and found an offering that she likes. I actually learned a couple things about him that was very interesting. From what I'm gathering, he is a fan of German industrial music. I love that shit. I love German industrial music, and I was listening to some before getting into ritual with him. I had just gotten off the phone with my partner and turned on this band called Icebreaker. Icebreaker, excuse me. Yes, I know some German. And I love German music. But I was listening to them, and I knew that he was already here. Like, I felt that pull, like, when wanting me to get into ritual and everything. I was almost 100% sure he was here. And then I just felt this, like, surge of somebody jamming with me. and enjoying this music. I'm like, holy shit. So I decided that I was going to confirm that with him, and I did, and we had to talk about languages after. So that was very interesting. So, rock on, Belial. Definitely have a little more respect for that band and everything. I mean, I've loved that band for years, but that's awesome. Okay, so yes, demons can like music. Deities can like music too, but I digress. So that's what I have for you today, with this at least. Thank you for watching. Ave Belial, and Ave and welcome for my servitor here, or my familiar. Excuse me. My familiar here. Some people use servitor and familiar as an interchangeable term, but I see them as being quite different in my own here. But some people use them interchangeably, and that's probably why I slipped there. But anyway, I bid her welcome, and I bid thank you to Belial, and thank you for watching, definitely. And I will talk with you very soon. Ave, I love you all.